Today we're looking at the Nitecore TM36. It is 1800 lumens and throws 1100 meters. It is a $350 flashlight from Nitecore. It is a bit old. They made a new version of the TM38, which has an XHP 35 high, instead of this one with the luminous STB 70. It is a bit of an old LED, but the XHP 35 version is definitely a lot better than this one. It's 310,000 candela, and it is 1.5 meters impact resistant, and it's waterproof to 2 meters IPX8. It has a battery pack, which you charge through the back here. With the included adapter, it's a 1 amp charger, so it takes like 16 hours, which is a long time. But they sell a quick charger, it does 2 amps, which only takes 8 hours. Because in the battery pack, there's 8 2300 milliamp hour 18650s. It is just a solid pack that you can't switch the batteries out on. And it has 2 charging ports. The small one is for the 1 amp charger. The big one is for the optional 2 amp charger. They do sell a light version of this with a short tube, which you can put 4 18650s in. And it's about this short. It makes it a lot more usable since it takes so long to charge otherwise. But the only thing on this is the threads. The threads are very, very not good. They're kind of crappy, honestly. It's not easy to thread it, you know. But everything else, the contacts are nice. See in here, little studs. Tons of heat sinking on it. It doesn't get too hot when it's running, so that's good. And the main thing, it has this little OLED display there, which displays all kinds of different, like the modes and the lumens and how far it throws. On moonlight, it's 50 lumens for 67 hours. On low, it's 200 lumens for 21 hours. On mid, it's 400 lumens for 11 hours. And on high, it's 800 lumens for 5 hours and 30 minutes. And on turbo, it's 1800 lumens for an hour and 45 minutes. So it runs fairly long, but it really doesn't make up for how long it takes to charge this thing. So the UI on this thing, it has a button that is a 2-stage, so you have a half press and you have a full press, which allows you to go through different modes. You can see the OLED here. It's got different readings on there. So there's 2 modes on this light. There is daily mode, and then there is turbo mode. So to get into daily mode, with the light off, you press the switch partly down, like halfway down, and it goes into daily mode. And then there's 4, if you keep half pressing it, it goes between the 4 lumen levels in daily mode. It doesn't go to the turbo. And then if you choose, say we choose the, let's see, the 400 lumen level, and then we hold down, it goes into momentary, into the level you just chose. So now it's momentary 400 lumens. And then to reset it, you just turn it on and you turn it back off. So to get into turbo mode, you press the switch all the way down and release within 1 second, and you get into turbo, which has 2 different modes, which is the 750 meter 800 lumen mode, or the 1100 meter 1800 lumen mode, which is the max turbo. And then if you want to get into strobe with the light turned on, you press the switch down twice, and it goes to strobe, and you can switch through them with a half press. The strobe, SOS, beacon in that mode group. And if you shut it off and turn it back on, it doesn't save it in its memory. And then there's also lockout mode. If the light's on and you hold down, it locks it out, and it reads lockout on the display. It doesn't do anything. And to get out of lockout mode, you just hold down, and it comes back on. It's not a real hard UI overall. There's just a couple interesting ways to get to certain things. Sometimes the half press button doesn't really work too well, because you can't really feel a step in between. You just kind of have to guess what's halfway down. The OLED display shows the voltage, the battery life, the hours it can run on the mode that's selected, the temperature, and then the display screen we were just looking at on the output, which shows the lumen level, the level of what it is. This is level 1, the lowest, and then the meters, which is 180 meters. Overall, I think this screen is very helpful. It may seem like a gimmick at first, but in the end, this is actually really good if you want to see how long the light's going to last on whichever mode you're using it. So it's a real good display. I like how they made this. So we've got the light set up on the ladder, 5 meters away from this door. And we're going to do a measurement. So we got 355,000 candela at 1 meter, which is a little bit above the rated in the instructions, which is 310,000 candela, which might be the meter's fault, but it's not that far off, so it's pretty accurate. And we got 1,191 meters of throw compared to the 1,100 flat meters the instruction says it throws. So overall, the specs are correct, and it may even throw a little bit more than it says.
So as you can see, this is solely a light made for throwing. It's not a super thrower like the BLF GT or the TN42, but it throws decently well, like you can see this water tower. It's not the most portable light of its class. It's a bit heavy, and I would rather take out the TN42 because of how much farther it throws and how small it is in comparison, and definitely it's a lot lighter than this one. And we can see it hitting the smokestack here, which is about 1 kilometer away from where I'm currently standing in the video. It lights it up pretty well. You can see it hitting the wall there as well. Now we're going to see what it can do at specific distances. Our first distance is 248 meters. Our second distance is 562 meters. Our last distance is 964 meters, reaching to the outer limits of this light. My final thoughts on this light are, it's a bit old, it's kind of showing its age, because of the size. Like the TN42 is about half the size and weight, and it throws about 50% further than this light. So if you were looking to purchase this light, you're probably better off buying the TN42 or the Astrolux MFO2. So that wraps it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for some more.